We're taught to be strong, to hide our fears, and to protect our hearts. But what if true strength in love is the opposite? The walls we build to keep pain out also keep love at bay. Real connection isn't about perfection. It's about being seen, flaws and all. The bravest thing you can do in a relationship is to let your guard down. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the foundation of intimacy. Happy couples know love grows in the soil of authenticity, not in the shadow of a flawless image. When you surrender your armor, you invite your partner to do the same. This is how ordinary relationships become extraordinary, by daring to be real together. The magic of connection lies in our willingness to be courageously human. Vulnerability is the key to the love you've always dreamed of. We all crave to be fully loved, yet fear being truly seen. Past hurts and societal pressure teach us to hide our messiest parts. We wear masks, hoping to be accepted, but end up feeling alone. The irony? Hiding guarantees we'll never feel truly secure in love. True intimacy begins when we risk showing our real selves. Vulnerability transforms fear into trust and distance into closeness. The journey is about dismantling our walls, not just for others but for ourselves. When we dare to be seen, we invite real connection. Authenticity is the path to unbreakable bonds. Why do we fear vulnerability? It's a mix of societal messages and personal wounds. We're told to be tough, to never show pain, to be invincible. Past betrayals teach us to build emotional walls for protection. But these defenses become habits, isolating us even from those we love. The fear of rejection drives us to hide our true selves. We forget we're wearing masks, even with our closest partners. This armor, meant to keep us safe, becomes a cage. It blocks the very connection we crave. True safety comes from being seen and accepted as we are. Only then can we experience real love. We think hiding our needs makes us strong, but it only creates distance. The mask of invincibility keeps us from true intimacy. Our partners can't love what we don't show them. Pretending to be unbreakable leads to loneliness, not connection. Real strength is letting someone see where you're vulnerable. When we open up, we invite our partners to support and love us deeply. The illusion of strength is exhausting and unsustainable. True connection is built on honesty, not pretense. Trust grows when we share our struggles, not just our successes. That's where unshakable bonds are formed. Every time we hide our feelings, we miss a chance for deeper connection. Saying, "I'm fine" when we're not, builds walls, not bridges. Our partners can only love what they see. Hiding leaves us feeling alone, even together. Maintaining a facade is exhausting and drains joy from the relationship. Love should be a sanctuary, not a place for armor. The greatest loss is missing out on authentic love. True intimacy requires mutual vulnerability and acceptance. Settling for surface-level connection means forfeiting real passion and trust. Only by being real can we experience the love we truly desire. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's a conscious act of strength. It's not about losing control or oversharing, it's about honest, mindful sharing. True vulnerability is proactive, not reactive. It's choosing to be seen, even when the outcome is uncertain. Sharing your tender parts says, "I trust you." This act invites deeper connection and resilience. Vulnerability isn't dropping all boundaries, it's opening the gate with intention. It's the courage to prioritize connection over self-protection. When we embrace vulnerability, we unlock the power to build lasting, intimate relationships. The strength to be soft is the greatest strength of all. True vulnerability is the practice of intentional openness, sharing your authentic self with your partner even when it feels risky. It's about letting them see behind the mask and creating a safe space for each other. In this shared space of honesty, the roots of deep connection and unbreakable love begin to grow. Ultimately, vulnerability boils down to one simple yet profoundly challenging act: having the courage to be seen. It's really the decision to stop hiding, to stop editing, and to stop perfecting. It means allowing your partner to have a front row seat to your raw, unedited self. This is about letting them see you on your bad days when you're grumpy or tired. It also means letting them witness your mistakes and your moments of uncertainty, embracing your own imperfection and trusting that you are still worthy of love, not in spite of these flaws, but because of your whole, complete self, is so important. This courage isn't about being fearless. In fact, it's quite the opposite. True courage is feeling the fear of judgment or rejection and choosing to be open anyway. It's that quiet voice inside you that says, "This is terrifying, but our connection is more important than my fear." It's an act of faith. Faith in your partner, faith in the strength of your bond, and faith in yourself. Understanding that while being seen feels risky, the alternative, being invisible and unknown in your own relationship, is a far greater and honestly, a much more painful risk to take over the long term. When you allow yourself to be truly seen, you give your partner the greatest gift of all, the opportunity to love the real you. It's a profound statement of trust. You're saying, "I trust you with the most fragile parts of me. I trust that you will meet my imperfections with acceptance and my fears with compassion." This is the moment where love transitions from being conditional, loving the idea of someone, to being unconditional, which is loving the person for exactly who they are. This is where true security in a relationship is born, not from shields and walls, but from the safety of mutual acceptance. This act of courage creates a powerful ripple effect. When you have the courage to be seen, it gives your partner permission to do the same. Your vulnerability becomes an invitation for them to lower their own defenses. It signals that your relationship is a safe harbor where authenticity is not just tolerated, but celebrated. This creates a virtuous cycle of openness and trust, where each act of vulnerability strengthens the bond and makes the next one feel a little bit easier. It really is a brave, transformative journey that turns a relationship into a sacred space of belonging. Vulnerability is the very currency of trust in a relationship. Each time you share openly, you offer your partner a precious brick. When received with care, these bricks form a strong foundation. Trust is built slowly, brick by brick, creating a safe, unbreakable bond where both partners can truly be themselves. Vulnerability is the most powerful tool for deepening empathy. When you share your inner world, you hand your partner a map to your heart. This creates lasting bonds, transforming relationships into true partnerships. Vulnerability unlocks empathy, and empathy is the glue that holds a relationship together. Vulnerability reveals our shared humanity. In a world obsessed with perfection, it's easy to feel alone in our struggles. But when we open up, we break the illusion of isolation. By sharing our imperfections, we find comfort, acceptance, and true companionship, reminding us we're not alone but beautifully human together. Vulnerability can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to bare your soul all at once. Start with small, manageable steps. Share a minor insecurity or a light story. Each time you open up and are met with care, you build trust and confidence. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Start small and let the light in. Vulnerability is a delicate dance between two partners, a true two-way street. For real intimacy, both must feel seen, heard, and valued. Active listening and heartfelt validation create a safe space for openness. When you receive your partner's vulnerability with empathy, you strengthen the bond and keep the path of connection clear. The language we use when we express our feelings can either build a bridge or, erect a wall. One of the most powerful and practical tools for practicing vulnerability safely is the use of "I feel" statements. This simple linguistic shift can completely transform a conversation from a potential conflict into an opportunity for connection. It's really a way of expressing your own emotions and experiences without placing blame or making accusations, which immediately puts the other person on the defensive. It is the language of personal responsibility and emotional honesty, and it invites understanding rather than argument. Let's look at the difference. A statement like, "You always make me feel ignored when you're on your phone," is likely to trigger a defensive reaction. Your partner might respond with, "I'm not always on my phone," and the conversation quickly derails into a fight about facts rather than feelings. The focus shifts to proving who is right and who is wrong. The original feeling of being ignored gets lost in the conflict. This approach creates distance and reinforces the idea that expressing feelings is dangerous because it leads to arguments. It is an attack, not an invitation. Now let's rephrase that using the I feel framework. Try saying, "I feel lonely when you are on your phone while we are spending time together because it makes me feel like I'm not important to you." This statement does not blame or accuse. It simply states your emotional reality. You are owning your feeling, "I feel lonely," connecting it to a specific situation when you are on your phone, and explaining your interpretation, "because it makes me feel unimportant." This structure is non-confrontational. It provides your partner with crucial information about your inner world and invites them to respond with empathy and understanding. Using I feel statements is a skill that takes practice, but it is one of the most effective ways to communicate your vulnerabilities constructively. It allows you to be honest about your emotions, even difficult ones like anger, hurt, or disappointment, in a way that draws your partner closer instead of pushing them away. It is a gentle yet powerful way to express your needs, share your heart, and build a relationship where both partners can speak their truth without fear. It turns potentially volatile moments into opportunities for profound intimacy and mutual understanding. Over time, a relationship built on the steady practice of vulnerability develops an incredible and often underestimated superpower: resilience in conflict. Disagreements are an inevitable part of any long-term partnership. No two people will ever see eye to eye on everything. However, in a relationship where both partners have learned to be open and empathetic, the nature of these disagreements fundamentally changes. They are no longer battles to be won, but challenges to be navigated together. The goal shifts from proving a point to preserving the connection. This is a profound transformation that turns a potential point of fracture into an opportunity for growth. When a conflict arises, instead of immediately raising their shields and preparing for a fight, partners accustomed to vulnerability approach the situation with curiosity and compassion. They have a deep well of shared understanding to draw from. They know each other's triggers, fears, and underlying needs. This allows them to look past the surface-level anger or frustration and see the softer, more vulnerable emotion hiding beneath. Rather than reacting with defensiveness to a sharp tone, they might ask, "I can see you're upset. What's really going on?" This approach de-escalates tension and opens the door for honest, productive conversation. This resilience means that the relationship doesn't just survive conflicts, it becomes stronger because of them. Each successfully navigated disagreement reinforces the trust between partners. It serves as another piece of evidence that their bond is strong enough to handle stress and that they can rely on each other even when things are difficult. They learn that they can be honest about their anger or hurt without risking the relationship itself. This creates an unshakable sense of security. The fear of conflict diminishes, replaced by a quiet confidence in their collective ability to handle whatever life throws their way as a unified team. Ultimately, vulnerability forges a connection that is not brittle, but flexible and strong. It allows the relationship to bend under pressure without breaking. Partners learn to see conflict not as a threat, but as a feedback mechanism, a signal that something needs attention, understanding, and care. They handle disagreements with a foundation of honesty, compassion, and a deep, unwavering commitment to understanding each other's needs. This is the hallmark of a truly unbreakable love, a love that has been tested by fire and has emerged not weakened but refined and more resilient than ever before. Vulnerability is the engine of lasting passion and deep connection. When you share your true self, Your relationship evolves, never static, always alive. This openness builds a legacy of love, inspiring those around you. True strength is found in softness, and real love is about being perfectly imperfect together. This is the unbreakable love you create. The journey of vulnerability begins with a single, courageous step. It's choosing authenticity over armor, dropping the mask, and letting true connection in. Though the path isn't always easy, the rewards, deep love, trust, and understanding, are immeasurable. The power to transform your relationship lies within this choice. Take that first brave step.